Welcome all of you back to the Super Memory for Schools program. Today, Mr. Hui will accompany you in the lesson of Unit 14, Wonders of the World. Firstly, we will learn some vocabulary appearing in today's lesson. We have advertisement, advertisement. In. Its scale is smaller than hotels. List. When we go shopping, we should have a shopping list. Or when we buy a music CD, there will be a list of the songs included in that CD. I guess all of us know this destination, right? That's correct. It is pyramid. Pyramid. In Egypt. Park ranger. Park ranger. Canyon. Canyon. This is a picture of the Grand Canyon, one of the greatest canyons in the world. Compile. Compile. This is not to compose a new thing. Compiling means collecting something available and creating a product. Honor. Honor. Which can be a group or an individual. Surround. Surround. Magnificent. Magnificent. This is an adjective. Ancient. Ancient. And in today's grammar section, we will learn about indirect questions. Firstly, do you remember what indirect means? In Unit 13, Lesson 13, we learned about reported speech and indirect. Today, we will learn about indirect questions using if, whether. Firstly, let's review the definition of yes-no questions. Yes-no questions will usually start with an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb. And when we proceed to report, we will change this yes-no question into a reported sentence. Let's remember the following structure. Subject 1 means the questioner. The reporting verb we use, asked. Somebody means the answerer, the listener. And we always remember to put one of the two words, if, whether. And then subject plus verb change. If you recall, in Unit 13 about indirect, you will feel that indirect yes-no question is not difficult and very simple because it has a general structure. Let's take a look now. Firstly, I have an example. Can you play soccer with me? John asked me. Let's report on this question. According to the structure, the questioner here will be John. We put it at the beginning. The reporting verb will be asked. Next, the listener here will be me, myself. Then remember one of the if-whether words. And the next step, you will follow me. Let's take out a piece of the draft paper. If we are not familiar with it, try to turn this yes-no question into an affirmative sentence. With the example, you can play soccer with me. You just change the place of S and V so that we have an affirmative sentence. We start to report on this affirmative sentence that we just made in the draft paper as usual, which we are very familiar with in Unit 13. We will change you to I to suit the listener. We will change the tense following the sequence of the tenses, can to could. And then we have to notice that me has to be changed to objective him. It is very simple, right? If you have been familiar with it, now we will do it directly. But if we are not used to it, let's take a piece of paper, turn the question into an affirmative sentence, and then we proceed to report it as a normal affirmation. You will no longer have difficulty. Let's look at the next example. Did your family visit the zoo yesterday? Lisa asked Tom. Now let's report. The speaker is Lisa. Reporting verb, asked. Listener, Tom. Always remember if or whether. With the sentence, did your family visit the zoo yesterday? Let's change it to the affirmative sentence in our mind. We cover the auxiliary verb, did, and remain the same. Your family visited the zoo yesterday. Let's get started. His family is changed from your family. We see this sentence is being used in simple past tense, and we will change to the past perfect with the structure had plus verb 3 ed. Then we will change to had visited the zoo. Don't forget the adverb yesterday. We have to change it to the day before. The next example. Is your brother a good student, nga? I asked. Let's report. The speaker is I. The reporting verb is asked. The listener, nga. Plus if, whether. With the sentence, is your brother a good student? Let's draft in our head, change to the affirmative sentence. Your brother, put the verb in the correct order, is a good student, in the order of subject and verb, and we will have her brother changed from your brother. We see this sentence is in the present simple. With the simple present, we will change it to the simple past. Was will be changed. To be in the present simple will be changed to the simple past. And don't forget, we have if, whether, choosing only one in the two, and we have a full sentence. I asked nga if, whether, her brother was a good student. Are the students studying English now? I asked Miss Luang. Let's determine. The speaker, I, the reporting verb, asked, and the listener, Miss Luan, choosing one and two reporting word, if, whether. Let's do it together. In your head, changing this sentence to an affirmative sentence. Are the students studying English now? You can recognize that this sentence is in the present continuous, right? The students, the subject, put the verb to be inside like normal. The students are studying English now. Present continuous, affirmative. Now we start to report this sentence. Keep the students. Present continuous, are studying, we will change to the past continuous. We're studying English. And don't forget to change now to then. We have already done some examples changing the yes-no questions to reported sentences. Please note for me, the principles are the same as lesson 13. We have learned the normal indirect speech, remembering one thing to have if, whether in the sentence. And if you're familiar with it, it's okay, but if you're not used to it, you should have a piece of draft paper and change it from a question to an affirmative. Then we can start opening parentheses and reporting that affirmative sentence. It will be easier for you very much. Now let's review what we have learned. Some new vocabulary. Advertisement, advertisement. Honor, honor. Pyramid, pyramid. In, in. List, list. Survive, survive. Park ranger, park ranger. Ancient, ancient. Magnificent, magnificent. Canyon, canyon. Surround, surround. Compile, compile. And also in today's lesson, we have learned about how to report yes-no question. Please note that a yes-no question will have the form auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb. When we report, it will be changed into subject plus asked somebody plus if whether plus subject plus verb. And then we continue to report as usual that we learned in Unit 13. That's all that we learned in Unit 14, Wonders of the World today. Goodbye and see you again.